Let me ask you something. 10 years ago, if someone said they made $100,000 a year, what did you picture? A nice house? A good car? Vacations? Comfort. Basically, they made it. But today, some people make 100K, 120K, even 150K, and they still feel like they're just getting by. Bills, stress, no real freedom. So what happened? Did salaries go up, or did the definition of rich quietly change? Today we're breaking down the reality of the 100K life, and the answer is a little uncomfortable. The first thing to understand is this: 100K still sounds rich in our minds, but the number hasn't updated. Our mental picture of wealth was built in the 90s and early 2000s. Back then, housing was cheaper, college was cheaper, healthcare was cheaper, childcare didn't cost a fortune. But salaries? They didn't rise at the same pace. So now we have a strange situation. A number that signals wealth socially behaves like a middle-class salary financially. This creates a weird identity problem. You feel like you should be doing well, but your bank account tells a different story. And that disconnect creates stress, because people assume they're doing something wrong. Most of the time, they're not. They're just playing a game where the rules quietly changed. Here's the crazy part. 100K today has roughly the buying power of about 55K in the year 2000. Let that sink in. The number doubled, but the lifestyle didn't. So when people say 6 figures isn't what it used to be, they're not exaggerating. They're describing a real shift. But most people never see the math behind it. They just feel the pressure. Let's walk through what that salary actually looks like. Someone earning 100K in the US after federal tax, state tax, and payroll tax typically takes home around $5,800 to $6,200 a month. Already, that big 6-figure number looks different. Now, add real life. Mortgage or rent in many cities, $2,000 to $3,500. Childcare, $1,000 to $2,000. Health insurance, several hundred. Groceries, car payments, utilities, student loans, and suddenly the margin disappears. Not because people are irresponsible, because the baseline cost of living exploded. So here's the uncomfortable truth. 100K today often buys the lifestyle that 60K bought 20 years ago. But no one updated the story society tells. So people hit 6 figures expecting relief and instead feel confused. A couple earning about 110K in Dallas recently shared their monthly budget online. After the mortgage, daycare, groceries, insurance, and 2 car payments, they had $312 left at the end of the month. That's it. No luxury spending, no wild vacations, just normal life. And that's when it hits people. This isn't about bad decisions, it's about a system where the margins got thinner. But expenses are only half the story. The real issue is the order people build their life. Most 6-figure earners follow what sounds like responsible advice. Upgrade the home, finance the car, max retirement, invest what's left. It sounds smart, but structurally it creates something dangerous, a high burn rate, which means your income must stay high just to maintain your life. And that leads to what I call the income dependency trap. Your job isn't optional anymore. It's required. That's why people making good money often feel the most stuck. Here's something most people never realize. The biggest mistake high earners make isn't overspending. It's locking themselves into expenses they can't escape. Big mortgages, car payments, private school, lifestyle commitments. Individually, they seem reasonable, but together, they remove flexibility. You're not building freedom, you're building maintenance. And then something subtle happens. Every raise upgrades your life automatically. Better apartment, better neighborhood, better restaurants, better vacations. Not because you're irresponsible, because it feels normal. You worked hard, you deserve it. But lifestyle upgrades grow faster than freedom. So each raise improves comfort, not control. That's why someone making 60K sometimes feels calmer than someone making 120K. Lower burn rate, lower pressure, less financial gravity. This is where the conversation shifts. Income isn't the real metric. freedom is. Imagine two people. Person A earns 100K but needs 95K to sustain their life. Person B earns 70K but only needs 40K. Who's richer? Person B. Because wealth isn't just income, it's distance from obligation. It's how long your life continues if your paycheck stops. That's the number people should be watching, but most never calculated. So what actually solves this? Oddly enough, not necessarily earning more. That helps, but it doesn't fix the structure. The real shift happens when you change how money flows. Lower fixed costs, increase flexibility, build assets before lifestyle. Because once your survival costs drop, your options expand. Careers become negotiable, risk becomes possible, stress starts to shrink. And suddenly, the same income feels very different. So if you're making 100K and wondering why it doesn't feel rich, you're not alone. You're feeling the gap between income and control. Most people are optimizing the wrong variable. The real question isn't how much do you make, it's how much freedom does your money actually give you? Because that's where wealth really starts. If you want more breakdowns like this, subscribe. And I'm curious, at what income did you think life would finally feel easy? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.